Hi, everybody. Jeff Marr with STEM School Highlands Ranch, and joining me is Greg Shick, the newest board member for the STEM School Board. Welcome and congratulations on the new role.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very excited to join the board and to contribute to the community.
And that's what we wanted to talk about. So let's first, before we dive into what you plan to do on the board and your motivations for that, let's go into your background. You're originally from Colorado?
Absolutely. I'm actually one of the rare natives. I'm a fifth generation native.
Oh, wow.
So my great-great-grandfather came here to ski, and sadly, I'll tell you, I have never skied in my life.
Okay, that's all right. I'll join you with that. Maybe
Exactly.
went once on the bunny hill at age 5. That doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But you know what? It preserves our knees, right?
Exactly. That's my goal.
Yeah, and so you went to college here in Colorado as well.
Correct. Yeah, I did my undergraduate degree at the University of Denver in statistics, and then I went back to grad school a few years later in finance with CU Denver. So both kind of STEM degrees, both Colorado colleges.
Been here the whole time?
The whole time, yep.
So never left, and then you got married, and
Correct.
your wife is Irene, who has been part of STEM's PTO for a while, right?
Yes, she's been, at least the last year, I know she contributed to events before that, but the last year she's been the vice president of PTO, and now this year she's moving up to be the president as well. So I continue working with Jeannie and continue supporting the community.
So you both will have some pretty significant roles coming up this year.
Absolutely. Going to be a very busy family calendar.
Speaking of busy family, you have a student at STEM.
I do. Avi Shick, he's going into 6th grade this year, so first year in middle school, so we're very excited for that.
And how many years at STEM?
He has been here since 2020, I guess. Yeah, actually. So joined in 3rd grade or 4th grade and has been here for a few years and loving it and learning lots of things and making good friends. So.
A good experience so far overall?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think what sets STEM apart for him is some of he's like his dad, very technically oriented, so he's liked a lot of the coding that he's learned, a lot of the logic, those types of things. He's very much looking forward to the enrichment programs in middle school, theater, Dungeons and Dragons, Star Wars Club, so all the nerdy things that his dad likes to.
And how did you first hear about STEM, and how did you decide that was the right fit?
Yeah, years ago we had been pre-pandemic. We had been homeschooling, and we had decided we had gotten to the point as a family where we wanted to go back to more traditional school and started looking for things that were important to us. Obviously, to me, STEM background and STEM career has been very rewarding, and wanted to give my boys that opportunity as well. And so, STEM just seemed to check all of those boxes, and it's been a really great experience ever since.
And you took interest in a position that opened up this year, right, for the school board, and so you jumped at that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I was really inspired by my wife, Irene. She's been doing so much for PTO. I could not believe how much the PTO organization does, after hours, on weekends, trying to bring great community events. So I really felt, I was kind of slacking and needed to step up and do something of my own, and saw the board was available and decided to, throw my hat in the ring.
Now, is that going to be tough to take on with the busy job that you have right now?
Yeah, I'll definitely manage. I work for Charles Schwab in financial asset management and risk, and I think, as I mentioned, the STEM career has been just key there. So that's why I think it'll be great to give back and to support others. But we'll keep that family calendar going.
Yeah, and you're going to be busy, but it seems like you love it.
Absolutely.
On all platforms. What really drew you to the idea of joining the board?
Well, I like the idea of supporting the teachers and the staff and the admin. I think that we have definitely seen in our years here that you get the most out of the school when you're part of the community, when you're contributing, when you're active, when you're going to events, when you're volunteering your time. This seemed like a natural fit for a good way for me to volunteer my time. So I'm really looking forward to making that contribution and bringing kind of what I do in my professional career, the data and financial services mindset, to the board.
And that's what I was going to ask you about, the analytics and what you studied in school and what you're doing for Charles Schwab. Do you see some of that transferring over to offering your expertise on the board, and if so, in what capacity?
Absolutely, yeah. We've already talked about, we just had a meeting last week over summer talking about board committee assignments, and one of the things we talked about is trying to measure the effectiveness of the board, and how do we know that the board is continuing to support teachers and support the staff. So that's going to be one of my committees, or one of my roles on the board, is trying to help them come up with metrics and figure those things out and see how we can evaluate our success on a continual basis.
Now, how do you feel about how the school has evolved, especially with our recent renovation? We have a new Chassid gym, we have new middle school commons, and just a really attractive area. And how do you feel about some of the plans moving forward, or any initiatives that you have? Do you generally have a good feeling heading to the new school year?
Absolutely. I think it's such a exciting time to be at STEM with the new gym. With just looking at that alone for PTO events, for sporting events.
Yeah.
I went to Mile High Academy for high school, and so it was really surreal and kind of weird to come back to STEM and see Mile High Academy playing STEM and basketball and rooting against my my whole high school. So it was kind of cool. But that gym is just fantastic, and I think we're on a really bright path. I've already got a chance to meet Matt, the new CIO. I think he's got a really wonderful vision for where the school will go in future years, and so really looking forward to the path ahead.
Now, do you have any other initiatives that you are looking at, or are you kind of just getting comfortable with the role and going from there?
Still getting comfortable with the role, but definitely one committee that I'll be serving on is the development and fundraising. So looking at how we can continue to further develop the school and raise funds for some of the initiatives that we want to champion at STEM, whether it's new equipment, new resources, whatever it may be, trying to figure out what those initiatives are, prioritizing them, and then figuring out ways to fund them.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add about your experience at STEM, or what you're looking ahead to this year?
Yeah, well, this year looking ahead for middle school, that's going to be new for Avi, so I'm excited for that. I'm also looking forward to just really continuing to foster that sense of community. As I mentioned, I think the students and the families who do the best at STEM are the ones that are the most engaged. They're attending events, they're volunteering their time, they're meeting the teachers, meeting some of their students' friends and things like that. So continuing to foster that community mindset, I think, is where we're going next, and the kind of the brightest horizon for us.
Absolutely. A lot of excitement heading into the new school year. Greg, thank you so much for talking to us. We'd love to check in with you throughout the school year on different initiatives that come up with the board.
Yeah.
And thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, I would love to do it. Thank you so much.
And be sure to follow STEM on social media for more updates like this one, and we'll see you next time.